Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to you sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when you look at this kingdom, it's on its last leg. All right, the generations coming in are getting weaker and weaker. The moral fiber is getting weaker and weaker. All right, and then of course, prophecy first and foremost. All right, prophecy. You see all these protests throughout the earth. People rising up. You see pride is at the highest. You see the Lord visiting the earth, right? That's what's going on now, right? All these global disasters and all of these different events going on, all these wonders and signs in the heavens. You seeing the northern lights all over the earth and whatnot, which I'm looking up now. I can't see them up here in Chicago, but you have other people saying that they can in other parts of the earth. All right, but we're going to see things. We've seen things before. We've seen chariots and stuff, and we're going to continue to see things. All right, and the main thing that we're seeing is this entire vision. It said it shall speak and not lie. It's for an appointed time. We're in the time where we're reading out of this book and seeing these things manifest. All right, so don't lose your shit. All right, hang on tight. But I wanted to get into the subject, the hot topic, Saudi Arabia and the petrodollar. All right, because the United States tying their currency into the resources of the Middle East and those things are one of the reasons it was made strong. All right, first off, Esau's country is already back, Esau's empire, because the NATO and the EU all together, that's what the beast is, right? With America on top being that woman. And then whatever their currency is tied in, it has a certain level of strength. All right, and they set the numbers. That's why, you wonder, what they say, silver is 93 cents per gram or whatever, and then this much per ounce, and that's because they set that. They come up with that number. Okay, this is this is that. Okay, you want this. So it's just like any bartering system, and then you set the prices. Okay, and that's that in that system, like it talks about the thick clay, you pretty much have to go into debt to try to maintain and live, right? You have to, because you know what I'm saying, unless you're rich, they have to loan you something and then you have to pay that back plus interest, right? And the thing about having gold, which a lot of these Edomites, I used to go to a lot of those different gold shows in Salakia. I'm gonna get to the article, but I used to go to those gold shows. A lot of these Edomites, they got gold with mints that are no longer minted, so they're worth more. They have, and the thing about gold, it's always current, right, over everything, because the money is supposed to be based on based on gold and silver. That's what currency is supposed to be made of. All right, which the Esau tell you there's a certain amount of gold in the earth, and there's this amount we can estimate that this amount. You don't know how much gold and silver is in the earth, man. That's just the price you set, and then there you go. All right, and then they do that with everything. This is the price for this. This is how much this is worth. This is how much that is worth. All right, but I'm gonna get to the article. Saudi Arabia's petrodollar exit. So if you have gold, you're good. And then, of course, at a certain point in this country, they actually told people like, now it's illegal to have gold and silver, turn it in, and then you got to have these notes. And they've played around with the financial system, since this country has been created. You had the New Deal and this deal and that deal and this deal. And then I was saying that they tied in currency to petroleum, right, which everybody needs that because everybody uses the same technology, petroleum-based engines. All right, you want to have a country, you got to have trucks, you got to have trucking, you got to have a highway, right, with all, tar and pitch, all that stuff. You got to have that. You have to have infrastructure. You need machines to do that. You need petroleum. All right, you need people to come through and cut this down, cut down this tree, and that's one of the reasons why whenever they come with some different technology, you shortly see, like them, even with electric, with electric batteries and stuff, electrical stuff like the Teslas and stuff, you need lithium. If you notice, everything Esau does with currency, everything is based on war. All right, if they have to, find a reason to run into the Middle East and, weapons of mass destruction, all we found was oil. If they have to do that, then they'll do that. All right, but if everybody has free energy and free, then they have less power over the earth. That's just something I noticed. But I'm gonna get to the article, man. It says Saudi Arabia's petrodollar exit, a global finance paradigm shift. The crucial decision to not renew the contract enables Saudi Arabia to sell oil and other goods in multiple currencies, so they're not just using U.S. dollars anymore, including the Chinese RMB, euros, yen, and yuan instead of exclusively in U.S. dollars. Additionally, the potential, I think this is like the 50th year, basically. Additionally, potential use of digital currencies like Bitcoin may also be considered. So Bitcoin might be about to go up now that this is all going down. All right, but hey, we're looking for the kingdom anyway, man. Fuck some damn Bitcoin. Quick history: originally signed in June 8th, 1974, the deal established two joint commissions, one based on economic cooperation and the other on Saudi Arabia's military needs. At that time, it was said that it heralded an era of close cooperation between the two countries, says Katja Hamilton of Biz Community. American officials at the time expressed optimism that the deal would motivate Saudi Arabia to ramp up its oil production, because we know that land is rich in oil. It always has been. And gold as well. It talks about that in Genesis. They also envision it as a blueprint for fostering economic collaboration between Washington and other Arab countries. It gives the United States a reason for them to dip their hand in that region, which is going to shortly backfire, when they go in to protect their interests and they have to go to war. Hence the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Right, that's why we say the Heavenly Father is a master chess player. The crucial decision to not renew the contract enables Saudi Arabia to sell oils, and other goods in multiple currencies, including the Chinese RMB. We went over these: euros, yen, and yuan instead of exclusively in U.S. dollars. Additionally, the potential use of digital currency. I already read that. Salak. Okay, it says the same stuff twice. Get to the good part. All right, this is all linked with. In more recent moves, Saudi Arabia has announced its involvement in Project Enbridge, a project which explores a multi-central bank digital currency platform shared among participating central banks and commercial banks. It is built on distributed ledger technology, blah, 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 to enable instant cross-border payment settlements. Basically, they want one world currency. All right, that's what you're seeing everything shift towards, one world. All right, we all one world. And I'm pretty sure at the the Olympics, that's going to be the theme. You know, we're all in this together. And because basically, when this mark comes off, because that has to come before World War III. They're basically gonna anybody who doesn't take it, they're gonna shut them off. They're gonna be basically not allowed to participate in society. All right, that's whether rich, whether poor. And the thing about when they took this land over, that was like a huge win, because this land was rich in gold, rich in oil, which they stole from Gad. It recently came out. Was it the Dakota? You got the Dakota pipeline thing too. You got the situation in with Tulsa. And then you had the gold rush, where Esau just went over there and they just boom took Gad out for that gold. This is Ezekiel 28:4. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. All right? And that's why the scriptures say, man, the love of money is the root of all evil. Because that's truly what this man loves. They love money over everything. You got these little rappers, money over everything. Yeah, look, that's the nature of Esau. You in that spirit, you in the spirit of Esau. All right, we know wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. But they love gold. They love it. All right, but it says it has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches. And that's what this place became. The flow of traffic, the ships, the shipyards, all these things revolving, and then the financiers, the ones backing them, the big barons, the bank owners. Because that's how it works. You have different corporations, and then they'll have relationships with this bank, and then, okay, well, look, you guys have this idea, you have this infrastructure, you have this plan laid out. Okay, we'll back you. We'll put 100,000 up, and then you'll pay us back this much over, the next, or we'll put 10 million up, and then over the next 10 years, you'll pay this back, and then they negotiate that, and then we'll own this amount of stock, that. So that's basically what the game has been. Global control. And you're seeing Esau's hand try to grip that as tight as possible. All right, they want the whole earth. It's not enough. It says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. All right, they become high-minded. Look, what the fuck are these people? I have a house in the different countries. I have private jets, planes. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the siege. And I wanted to get another article, because this senator just spoke on that. All right, Senator Lindsey Graham. It says, recently senior American politician and Republican Senator Lindsey Graham unabashedly stated in a media interview that Ukraine holds business value for the U.S. He claimed that there are $10 to $12 trillion of critical minerals. And see, what does it say? They covet fields, they keep it not at home. See, this is how they view things, man. Everything on them is at financial level. How much is this worth? How much is that worth? What did they say? These lands are worth how much? And these people? Oh no, we need to go in there and we need to find out. They say, what? They have a gold mine in Haiti. Oh, we can invest, a certain amount of troops to come in and matter of fact, let's send in some guns and then set some people up, as opposition, and then we can bring in troops. And they've played this game for the longest. All right, and then all to amass riches and take resources. He said in Ukraine, he claimed that there are 10 to 12 trillion dollars of critical minerals in Ukraine, and the primary reason for supporting Ukraine is to seize these critical minerals by defeating Russia on the battlefield. And Ukraine was once part of Russia. We know that Ukraine is the bread basket of Europe. Furthermore, he advocated for seizing and using frozen Russian assets in Europe and the U.S. These remarks reveal the true intentions behind the current American political elites' policy toward the Ukraine crisis. As foreign netizens bluntly stated on social media, now you know why the West won't allow peace talks. And this has been a part of their MO. They've ruled by the sword. All right, this is their place. What's this? Ezekiel 28 and 13. Now has been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardis, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God, and thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God. I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Thy heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings that they may behold thee. And it's just talking about the level that they've been allowed to ascend to. At the level of technology they've been able to amass, the militarization, everything. They've been able to be put on a high level. And now it's time to come down. Haggai 2 and 8. Matter of fact, Haggai 2 and 6. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens, and the earth, and the sea, and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. All right, so it's all the Lord's anyway. And whoever's on top, whoever's the top nation ruler, they're going to get, the biggest portion. And guess what? That's going to be given unto Israel, pursuant to Isaiah 2. Right? All nations are going to flow unto us and bring their resources unto us. But that's not until Ezekiel 28 is fulfilled and this man is taken down. All right, because at the end of Ezekiel 28 and 26, it's at the end of chapter 28, verse 26, it says, and they shall dwell safely therein and shall build houses. Matter of fact, verse 25, so like, thus saith the Most High, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in the land that I have given to my servant Jacob. And this is after the destruction. And this is who we're dealing with. It's not enough for them to have all of this gold, have all these riches. It's not enough. No. They got to have us. They got to have us in captivity. Then we have to, we have to worship them. Like it says, their heart is lifted up. They're like they act like they're God. I was to say sitting in the temple, putting that image up. We are the greatest minds, the greatest IQ. Hey, Sirach 17:17, it says, for the division of nations of the whole earth, he set up a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. And that's us, man. Scriptures talk about that. We wonder how, damn, man, we don't have a home to go. We're subject unto this man. We're over here, wherever they put us, whatever they redline us to, or whatever they lower, the property value, so that the rent is lower and all this other shit. That's where Jake is at. Wherever we can fit. But the time is coming where this man is about to be taken out, and now they're just being blunt. They're just telling you straight up, hey, this is how we rule. All right, jumping back to the article, it says, as a Senate hawk, Graham often garners attention with his extreme rhetoric. For example, he once claimed that parts of Iran must be blew off the map. And he touted American military aid to Ukraine as the best money we've ever spent. Because everything they look at is an investment. All right, that's why, even with Jake wonder why, I can't get this, can't get that. They're not going to invest in you coming up in that kingdom, no. All right, who would benefit off of that? That's what it is, man. The Lord created us as a separate nation. They know that. And that's how they move and operate. When they say American, they have types of American. You're not the same American if you're a black, Native American, Latino, you're not the same status of American as a so-called Edomite. As an Edomite, so-called white person, excuse me. All right, it says, hence he was added to a list of terrorists and extremists compiled by Russia's state financial monitoring agency. He has also repeatedly stirred up tensions over the Taiwan question, threatening sanctions from hell against China. All right, so this guy's old school. You got the new school Edomites that, some of them are kind of a little more, sneaky and, still proud, but, they kind of hide their hand. But these old school Edomites, they just tell you straight up, no, this is what we want. This is what's worth this. And, like Hillary Clinton said, we came, we saw, he died. All right, Esau, man, they still the same people, man. They just, like I said, they try to keep that stuff out of the media. They try to hide it. All right. Graham views the Ukraine crisis as a business deal, a perspective that is somewhat representative among American political elites. Many of them talk about peace, but their real concern is not Ukraine nor European stability. On the contrary, they are keen on Ukraine's abundant resources and how to exploit Europe's prolonged and profound crisis to continually consolidate U.S.'s absolute power and dominance in European affairs and security affairs, and that's what it is. All right, America is the head of the beast system. They want to make sure they keep their hand on Ukraine, which is the breadbasket. All right. And then they're also, they're leery of trying to use Russian energy. But the whole food thing, that's a big issue. You lose that, you lose Europe. Even now, they're talking about, in Florida. Basically, the Navy has sent out troops. They said Russia was, miles off of our coast. So, war is brewing, man. We're very close. And we're being tested now, man. We're always being tested. The Lord is going to continue to test us until we be made perfect. Right? It's, scriptures talk about he chastises his sons. Or the Lord is going to continue to allow us to be tested. Let me make sure I say it like that. All right, I'm going to read a little more and close out. Turning the Ukraine crisis into a global conflict is the main policy trend of the U.S. Because the scriptures say what? Say not that the Heavenly Father has tempted me. Yeah, basically, it's the flesh. Because it's like it says, what's that, James? God is not tempted, neither he doesn't tempt any man. No, you're tempted by your wicked flesh. All right, and these people are going to be so tempted when they start to starve and when they can't get their fix that they're just going to bow down completely. Whatever y'all have, whatever plans, we know you're evil. We know this is all bullshit. We're gonna go down to Egypt for help. You know, you're gonna get what you want, and it's gonna be a lot of blood. And it's gonna be a lot of chaos out here. As the scriptures say, it's gonna be a time like we have never seen before. This is Psalm 72:7. In his days shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth. All right, all these things in the end times where Israel is ruling, like you had Netanyahu talk about. I think he quoted Isaiah earlier. I believe it was this year. All right, look, when Israel, the true, not the state of Israel, when the true Israelites are back in Israel in its fullness, it's going to be peace on the earth. And we're not going to be playing all these games, having to do all these maneuvers to try to manipulate the other nations. No. They're going to serve, they're going to be under us, and they're going to follow our instructions. All right, it says, he shall have dominion also from sea to sea. Dominion. And from the river unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish and the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall bow down before him, and all nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. Yahweh Shai is going to save us. And it goes into that. Yeah, he shall judge thy people with the righteousness. Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we waiting on, man. Our king to lead us over all these other kings who've been set up. You know, and they think that I'm next, or we're next. A little more. It says, he shall spare the poor and needy. He shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence. And precious shall their blood be in his sight. So if something does happen to the elect, it's going to be, the Lord is going to cherish it. And some recompense is going to be made. And if you're the elect, you're going to rise, and something does happen to you, you're going to rise. You're going to rise first anyway. It says, and he shall live, and to him shall be given of the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made for him continually, and daily shall he be praised. There shall be a handful of corn on the earth upon the top of the mountains. The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like grass of the earth. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. All right? And Lord willing, man, after all this shit goes down, this is what's going to happen. We already know. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing, Nothing anybody else can do about it. This is the will of the Heavenly Father, right? And I'm just a narrator. I'm just speaking and bringing these things to life. And that's the role of the prophets. So Lord willing, this is edifying. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom to the elect.